people. Hello. You are tuned into a special edition at the Brother Jeff Network. It's your girl, Shay J, your favorite host at the Free Think Zone. We are tuned in with a very special edition, so I need you to share this out right now. Share it on your timeline, like it, share it, and tell your friends to tune in. We have a community public service announcement with Urban Leadership Foundation of Colorado. Welcome them to the set. Welcome Urban Leadership Foundation.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Are you there, guys?
Everybody's on mute.
They're really there. I promise I'm not here by myself. I swear. There they are. Boom, are we there?
Yeah.
There they go. I heard them come in. I heard it go. We're going to make sure we get this sound good and going. I hear a glimpse. Is there any sound? There we go. All right. Urban Leadership Foundation, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Good to go. I'm here with the president, Dr. Ryan Ross of the Urban Leadership Foundation, joined with as well the class of 2020. It is going to be a special edition show, so once again, share it out right now on your timeline. Tell everyone to join in, else we will be talking about their community service project, and there's lots to learn about this amazing organization. First of all, I want to say thank you for your leadership right here in Denver, Colorado. If you don't know about Urban Leadership Foundation, you are missing out on an amazing foundation. They are preparing professionals personally and professionally. They have an amazing support network, and what I love best about them, they're teaching leaders how to be perfect in their individual leadership styles. They take a leadership and they take a leader and they say, we're going to make you a better leader, but you don't have to change who you are. The Urban Leadership has a different dynamic cloth of individuals that all come together to support one another, and they're here back again with another amazing initiative right in 2020. Thank you guys for all you do. Dr. Ryan, can you tell them a little bit about ULFC's mission and commitment to service?
Yeah, thanks, Jay. Thanks for having the Urban Leadership Foundation, and shout out to all of the fellows of the 2020 class this year. A tremendous group of 29 professionals who range from educators to all the way to district attorneys and patent holders. Just a tremendous group of individuals, business owners, and other things of the sort. Engineers, I could go on and on. Men and women of the cloth, people who work from the city. Just a tremendous group of leaders in our community. Our organization is really about two things. It's about building leaders, and what we really focus on is providing additional leadership skills and exposure around authorizing environment for our leaders so that they can be ready for boardrooms, can diversify C-suites, and then also be the best entrepreneurs they can be. But at the same time as we're building the leader, we really want to focus on this commitment to servant leadership. We want individuals who have a servant's heart, and so when they have the purse strings or the decision-making abilities, whether they run for office or become presidents or whatever the case is, when they're in those roles where they can make decisions, they're thinking about their community first. And so also want to just take a moment, and we've got a few of our alumni who are joining us tonight. Alexis Perry Scott, Brandis Meeks. There's a couple other, but the screens, I can't see everyone, but just wanted to say hello to them as well, because they served as judges, and they're also longtime supporters of all the work that we're doing. So that's a little bit about what we do, and thank you so much again for having us.
Absolutely. I love what you guys are doing here in the community, and I keep learning more and more about you. One thing I was looking at is your current organization, your service, your initiatives about bridging the gap. I was looking, and you guys have given away over 10K in the last week. You're also doing daily 30-minute refreshes. I got to catch a tail end of one where you had yoga and meditation with Tyrone Beverly. Can we speak a little bit to what that is?
Yeah, COVID is real, right? And so what we wanted to do was to be able to do two things. One, we wanted to help members of our community. We wanted to make it easy. So whether that was somebody who just needed some groceries or a small business owner who needed to make payroll, we wanted to be able to be of service to them and try to help bridge that gap. while we're not a huge organization with millions of dollars, we were able to leverage funds to help people and do it in a real quick way. No robust applications, really, here's our need, and if we could fill it, that's what we did. So we gave grants anywhere from $200 to $2,000 away over the last week, and we'll do another round here to try to help some more people in the next 7 to 10 days as well. Our 30-minute ULF refresh is a way to just take care of ourselves, right?
Okay.
People are stuck at home. You have the stay-at-home orders,
yes.
And when you're doing that, and especially if you're working, it's easy to wake up, sit down at your desk, and work for 12 hours and not come up for any time. And so what we're trying to do is just get people to take 30 minutes just to do something different, whether that's working out, doing meditation or yoga with someone like Tyrone Beverly, or having a therapeutic kind of kickback session with somebody like Topaz McBride, or
she's amazing.
DJ session with Fedora. We even got Shay coming up next week to teach line dancing.
So wow.
We just want to mix it up. Sorry about that, I got some noise in the background, but we just want to mix it up so people can tap in and take care of themselves. And so I'm having a lot of fun doing that. And our program director, Jasmine Elizabeth, is actually the individual who manages that portion for us.
I love to see that you guys doing that. I think that's been a huge thing during this COVID, to have some really strong organizations that are coming out and saying, let me help with people's mental wellness during this time. That's been a huge relief to see you doing this. And I see a lot of people that even don't know much about your organization has been hearing about the strides you're making to make sure you have refreshers for every 30 minutes. That's huge. Now, can people be a part of that if they want to? How can they be a part of that? Is that just people that are in ULFC?
No, that's for the entire community. We have a Zoom link that goes out every day. You can get it on our social media. On ULF Colorado, we share it out. People are sharing it. You can just tap in from 12:15 to 12:45. There's no charge, and you can just enjoy and have a good time. You're really giving back, Dr. Ross. We love to see that. This is what we need, more of this in the community. Thank you. Looking at some of your projects, I know you guys have been doing things from 2007 and beyond with the history of commitment to your service projects. I just want to go a little bit down that memory lane of some of the projects that you have been a part of. Fathers Matter, the resource for single fathers. Can we talk a little bit about that program and what that entitled? Yeah, that was a really cool project. I believe we did that one in either 2015 or 2016, and that was led by an alum. His name's Brandon Bruce. Okay. And what we did there was we looked at men in the community who we call late bloomers, right? Anywhere from 18 to 30 years old, and maybe they had some challenges. And so what we wanted to do is work with them and make sure they had resources to do what they needed to do. Some of them were single fathers, and so making sure they had resources around child support or just understanding the rights, knowing when to take their kids to get their shots, just resources like that. And then we also took them through a 4-week program, and they graduated at the end. They got suits and all those kinds of things. It was a really cool way to connect with the community, and then we also connected them to jobs and mentors in the community as well at the end of that project. That's amazing. I love to see that going on. We having strong fathership programs and mentor things are needed in our community specifically. Looking at as well, we know right now we have seen the crime rate go down in our youth violence, but I know you did a teen story which was looking at bullying and experience on youth, something that you put on at Cleo Parker Robinson. Can we talk a little bit about that? And is that something that's still going on? And I know it's something that's necessary right now. Yeah, that was a play. It was written by several of our alums, and Christian Stewart, I believe, was the primary writer with Jasmine. You may have to help me out. He's trying to get all your names right. I love it.
Chanel Butler.
Yes, with Chanel Butler, and essentially did a series of meetings with kids from Wyoming to Colorado Springs, talking about what it was they needed. They took all of that information, we turned it into a script, and then went out into the community, hired actors. Wow. We got volunteer actors rather, and then put on an amazing production that focused on police brutality, bullying, suicide, just a real powerful message. And then we had about 200 people from the community students, parents, adults, teachers, that kind of thing, to come see that message. We did this show twice, and I know there's talk about trying to do it again, but it was a phenomenal event and a great opportunity to connect people in positions of trust with kids in our community and give kids a voice. So often we don't hear our children, and they have so much to say, and so we wanted to give them the platform to have their voices amplified in that capacity.
A necessary program, something that keeps our kids occupied, and I think something you should definitely look into, maybe going on a virtual, maybe some type of virtual education with that. I think right now that's needed so much in our youth department. I know that one of my favorite things that you guys do is the collaboration with Rise 5280, the HBCU tours. I think that that is something that has really grown in the last year, with just awareness of that. Tell me where that really came from. Where did the desire to do this HBCU tours and making sure that Colorado was involved with something like that?
Yeah, so what's really cool about our organization is that these projects really they're really birthed from our alum. And that particular project, Jice Johnson and Tiffany Wedgeworth, and her last name is now changed, she's married. But they were part of a group, and originally it started off as, we want to do our annual youth empowerment kind of one-day summit and do some community service and some leadership development, but challenged them a little bit. And what they did was they took this really big idea that most people thought couldn't be done, right? Because a HBCU trip cost us about $55,000. Right. And what they did, they scaled it out. They started small. I believe the first group may have been 10 or 12 students, and wanted to make sure that kids from Denver and from Colorado had an opportunity to go to HBCU so they could see people who look like them. So they could walk on campus and everybody from the janitor to the president look like them, and they could really see Black excellence oozing everywhere. And the major part of that was for them to not only see themselves, but to remind them that, education and success is not a privilege, it's their right. Like they were designed to be great. And so that's the message that we tried to portray to our kids. And since that time, we've now completed 6 trips. Over 300 students have been on HBCU campuses. The trips are usually 6 days. We have community chaperones who go with us. Kids have been as close as Langston and as far as Florida. And it's just been a tremendous project to do, great community partnerships, working with a lot of people. And the community, it's still grassroots because the funding comes from our community, whether they're $5 donations or $5,000 donations. The community is really behind the work. And it's, again, we're powered by our alumni and our fellows. And you take all of this Black excellence, all of these amazing professionals that you see on the screen here, and tap into that brilliance and give it back to the community.
Dr. Ross, you hit it right on the head. I say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with someone. And you guys have an amazing support network. Can you tell me that, I know that people are sitting at home right now and they're hearing things, they're hearing all these amazing projects, you're part of these initiatives. How do you know if you should be a part of something like ULF? And then how do you become a part of something like ULF?
Great question. It's a pretty easy answer too. Do you care about the community, and do you want to bolster your professional and social trajectory in Colorado? If those answers are yes, you should absolutely apply to be a part of our program. It is competitive.
Yes.
We accept about 30 to 35 folks each year. It is tuition based. Obviously, we do a lot of work and a lot of activities and projects and things of that nature, and so those things cost. And so tuition is $2,000 per participant, but we also have scholarships, and we make sure that finances are never a reason that somebody has to walk away from this program. We have tremendous alumni.
That's huge.
We have alumni who literally step up to the plate and donate thousands of dollars each year so that we can make sure everybody gets in and everybody has an opportunity to participate in our programming if they're accepted into the program.
Wow, Dr. Ross, you guys are really, I love that you're making it accessible for people. So you hear that, everybody out there, do not let money be the option. You don't better your life. I'm seeing amazing leaders come out of this organization. At the graduation I was privy to go into in 2019, looking at the urban leadership, what I loved most was I seen everyone in different areas of life. And so that was the beautiful thing. It wasn't anybody was too young or too old. I just seen very ambitious leaders in so many different genres. And it really spoke to what we should be, helping create this cloth of everybody can be a leader in their area and in their lane. So thank you for continuing to do that. With the ULF Community Service Project, I was taken away with this project, Dr. Ross. When I came in as a judge, there was a ULF's community service project, and when I came in as a judge, I was thinking, okay, they're gonna do this thing, they're gonna pitch these little things, it's gonna be some fast thing, and I didn't expect what I got, but the caliber of pitches that came through were phenomenal. Let's talk a little bit about the project that we're gonna be announcing soon. Tell me where this idea came from, this project, how did you put this together, and what was the whole mission behind the 2020 Community Service Project?
Great question. So, in the past, the class has picked their own projects, things that they were passionate about. Last year, our board met, and we wanted to shake it up a little bit more, and we wanted to ensure that we engage with the community even more. And so what we decided to do was to reach out to the community and ask the community, what could our leaders do to serve you? What could we do to make an impact in 2020, knowing that our fellows have 10 months in our program? What would you like to see? What problems can we solve, or what are the biggest challenges? What do you want to address? And so that went out to children, community leaders, elected officials,
wow.
Greater Denver metropolitan area, and essentially 5 themes came back.
Okay.
And so that was mental health education, voting in politics, COVID, honestly, and then family education. And so what happened was we took those 5 themes and we gave it to our fellows, and our fellows were randomly selected, and they knew that their task was to take these things, look at the community, and come up with projects that the community could be proud of or benefit from, and then pitch them, right? And so we knew that we could only do 2, but 2020 collectively came together and proposed 5. Propose those things to the community. We had a panel of judges, of which you were one, and let the community decide what we were going to do. And so the community has spoken, and we now know which 2 projects we're going to do, and we're going to announce them here tonight, and put a couple of our fellows on the spot and let them talk a little bit about briefly about what they hope to do with their projects. The projects were proposed in infancy form, right? So just the infrastructure of what it would look like. So now that we know what the projects are, we have to go back and build the nuts and bolts and budgets and all those things to make sure that they happen, and then also take into consideration the current state of our society with COVID and those kinds of things, and figure all that out, and then produce what will be project number 37 and 38 for the Urban Leadership Foundation since 2007.
Wow, I want to say congratulations. The fact that these projects were done under this stressful moment in time during this pandemic, it hasn't been easy. And this is the time that true leaders are built. So to be built during this time and to be able to still present during this time and put on your game faces. And I was a witness as a judge. You guys did a phenomenal job, all 5 of you that presented. And I heard some great things, some things I want to take for myself. Like, hey, I called Dr. Ross later. Like, I think we need that idea. That was a really good idea. So you guys did phenomenal. And I really think that's when we find real leaders during times like this. So congratulations to everybody that participated, and we're super excited to tell you about the 2020 winners. Are we ready, Dr. Ross?
I think if all of our fellows will come off mute for a second. Are you guys ready to find out what work you're going to be doing?
Yes. Ready.
Congratulations to all of you. You did a great job.
Congratulations, everybody.
Yes, good job.
And Jasmine, I think you were a very instrumental part of this. Is there anything you want to say before we announce the winners?
No, not particularly. I'm just super excited to see all the hard work and commitment that they've put into their presentations, and we look forward to finishing this year very strong. But You guys killed your presentations. We're very strong. I'm proud of you and just looking forward to the next steps.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, we here at the Brother Jeff Network are super excited to be a part of this presentation. Once again, we congratulate each and every one of you that participated as a 2020 ULF Fellow. The winners are our first winner addressing mental health awareness with the first annual ULF 5K, Walk for Mental Health. The proceeds will support mental health initiatives through an African American servant organization. Congratulations.
Thank you. All right.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations. I think it was you. I think you guys took this literally right out of my head. You were on target with what we're looking for right now. Mental wellness is huge in our community, and we need to be talking about it. We need awareness around it. And so congratulations for being in the forefront of something that should be addressed in our community. I just we're gonna go ahead and announce the second one, and then we'll go back and talk to both of you groups a little bit about your project. Our second winner, the Rocking the Vote, the ULF Your Voice, Your Vote talent show and concert with a focus on registering all voices with a specific focus on the current 17-year-olds who are eligible to vote in November's election. Congratulations, Your Voice, Your Vote.
Congratulations. Get ready.
Excellent job. As you know, here we're really big on politics and especially informing those that are the least informed right here at the Brother Jeff Network. So we salute you for being in the battle with us in politics, getting people signed up, because we know our voice is our vote, and November's election is necessary that we all show up to the polls. Again, congratulations. All right. Yes, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about your projects. So we'll just start off real quick with the addressing mental health, the first annual ULF 5K Walk for Mental Health. Tell me a little bit, where did the inspiration for this project come from? And just say your name, whoever's going to speak first for the group, and we can go as such.
Okay, I'm Andrea Andrews from Denver Water. Basically, the idea came from a couple of things. I feel like as long as ULF has been in an organization, when I look at most nonprofit organizations that I look up to or that I support, they have a walk. So that was our first kind of thought process around the physical piece, because it's mental and physical health, right?
Yes.
So it's okay, how can we take ULF farther? Breast cancer has a walk. Multiple sclerosis, the Heart Foundation, you get it, right?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
then secondly, we wanted to kind of eradicate the stigma around mental health in our community. So it's bringing those two things together. How do we bring the outside along with the awareness of mental awareness to our community?
Yeah.
So the thought process is that we have a walk where we have mental health practitioners at the walk that can kind of provide their services and an introduction into what mental health is, so that we are kind of bridging the gap in time and making sure that we're connecting people to resources. The reason why we picked the fall time frame was also to kind of have open enrollment in the front of people's minds so they can make the best health decisions for themselves and their family as it relates to mental health. And outside of that, we'll dig deeper. I don't know if anyone else in my group wants to add anything to that, but I am very appreciative to Mikkel and Orion and Mohammed and Dom and Blaine for the work that they did to kind of get this together, and for the presentation and the various parts that they played. We really did play well together, and I'm excited to continue to roll this out.
I'm excited about that. What is the number one thing you guys think you would need from the community as a support to make this go to what you fully see the vision?
I'm a default to Orion on that one.
All right.
Hi, my name's Orion Brown. I'm from the Black Travel Box. I'm an entrepreneur. I think that the biggest thing is, we have a marketing plan that's laid out for it, and we're going to really be engaging the community on both an individual standpoint as well as businesses and local, places that people are gathering and really build community around. So the idea is to make sure that this is a community-based initiative we trust ourselves, we trust our community.
Yeah.
And so it is key that we create advocacy within the community so that people can continue to have the conversations around mental health, not just during the walk, but after. Talking about getting help, talking about good resources and services. Heck, sharing who their therapist is.
Yes.
That's an amazing conversation that we're not having right now. But one of the number one challenges that we have when we do decide to go get one is who do we go to and can we trust them and do they understand me? So really creating that community conversation and passing that along as we go through the process to build up to it, as well as after the event, is going to be key.
That's a beautiful way to put it. I think that's a huge one. Really having that question, who is your therapist? What are you doing? Making this more of a norm instead of something that's so rare, because a lot of us go and we get help and we don't talk about it. So why not empower one another? What I love most about it with your group is your presentation style. You guys really shined as individuals, but then you shine as well as a group collectively. Can someone tell me what they learned most about themselves while working in this group, and what they learned most about leadership when working with a group?
Andrews Dimmerwater. I'll say for me, in terms of what I learned about myself, is that I tend to say that I shy away from technology, but Orion set us up on Slack almost immediately. And once she explained the format to me and kind of the purpose of the app, it made kind of organizing our information easy, efficient, and it was a much better way to keep in communication with each other as a group. And then as a leader, I would say what I learned is, after going through our Myers-Briggs, how we could use our styles to play off of one another. So as an example, I think Orion and I have very similar personalities, but we play on opposite sides of that spectrum.
Okay.
And because of that, we were able to get things done more effectively, where I'm big picture, she's detailed. And some of our other members in our group, because we all participated for sure, brought different elements and could say, hey, have you thought about this, or how can we do this differently? And I think that, truthfully, all of our various leadership styles kind of showed through this experience. Some are more boisterous than others, but we all have great ideas, and we kind of know when to lean on one another when we need to, and when to pull back and let somebody else handle it. I think our group handled all of those situations well.
I love that. Tell me, somebody, what is the number one thing you're taking away from the ULF 2020 Community Service Project? What is your number one takeaway?
Mikhail Bacchiata, Mayor's Office of Children's Affairs. I would say that with a project like this, even if you didn't have any expertise, you had something to contribute. And so I think that regardless of either project, if it's not in your wheelhouse, there's something in it that's within your wheelhouse. And as long as you care and you're passionate about it, it can be a successful event.
Excellent. Anybody else, anything for the first annual ULF 5K Walk for Mental Health? Anything you want to add? You want to tell our audience what we should be looking for next? How we can keep track of this amazing project?
Ryan Brown from Black Travel Docs again. So in terms of publicity and whatnot, I mean, we're going to be looking back to Doc Ross to be like, okay, so when do we get the checkbook? But we're going to be doing a lot of work on the upfront to make sure that there's a website that's going to be available. We'll have social media available. So the things that we want to do is make sure that you guys are connected to ULF and you're on the lookout for the project. And as soon as we get the green light to really get started on it, we'll be pushing out communication. And we'd love to come back and talk with you again and share with your audience what we're doing.
Absolutely. We would love that. Again, I want to congratulate you. Congratulations to the ULF 5K Walk for Mental Health Group. Congratulations. Job well done. All right, to our second winner, rocking with the vote, ULF, your voice, your vote. Again, congratulations. A phenomenal presentation as well, something that's near and dear to my heart. Politics, making sure that we have the awareness, especially in the age group of our 17-year-olds, that 17, 19, that kind of get lost in the shuffle, get lost. Someone tell me, what was the force behind this, the inspiration behind coming up with this project?
Hi, it's Lakeisha from Belco. So my inspiration was the youth is my inspiration in general because they're our future leaders. But I also have a son that's 17 who was able to vote on Super Tuesday. Okay. So I started researching how many children in that age group we had in Denver, how many voted, how many are eligible to vote, and how many are registered to vote. And the numbers were just low for the Denver metro area. So I figure we can get those kids on board to vote, teach them how to vote, why it's important, and go from there.
Excellent. Very necessary. I know that you guys want to use a talent show and a concert to kind of move that forward with a focus on registering youth. What do you think the number one thing that keeps youth from the polls, something that you would kind of like to turn around in your marketing and targeting with this project?
I kind of think it's, in my personal opinion, lack of education. Yeah. I know a lot of people my age and older that think their voice doesn't matter, and if they vote, then they're going to choose who wants to be president anyway, so why should I vote type of attitude. Right. So I think just showing them that it really is important and how the electoral college works and how the states that use the popular vote work, like Colorado uses popular vote to choose their electoral college. So yes. I think all that's important for them to know.
Absolutely. I think that's the key thing, educating our students on why it's so important. What is, someone tell me what was one of the things that you took away with this project? Is there anything you came in contact with that you weren't aware of before looking into the voting and what that looks like to bring people, register people, anything that you found out during this process?
I guess I'll go again. I guess just the number just the number of children in Denver that are not registered to vote in comparison to like Boulder or Arvada or places where there's less minorities. It's crazy.
I love that. And just for fun, can you throw out some names maybe that you guys are thinking about for this talent show and concert? I just want to kind of know for fun, get the people excited a little bit.
Originally, if we could have had it in June, we were going to use Lecrae as our special guest.
Excellent.
Because he was supposed to be here in June, but now with coronavirus, I don't know how that's like. So we're just going to do local acts, our local rappers, try to get Trev Rich, local teens to like put on a show for the kids that are performing in the talent show.
Excellent.
And you know Gab the leader is going to make an appearance.
He has to.
He's on the list.
First of all, Gab the leader is on my top list of Colorado rappers. Let's just let that be known, okay? We here at the Free Things Zone love Gab the leader. He is truly a leader in what he does. A question now, we know we are dealing with the COVID and we know that election time does not change or move. Is there a way for this to go technology-wise, just go viral? Is there anything for a backup if we can't get people out, if we can't do a live concert? Is there a backup? Because I think this is a super important project and we can't wait for something like this.
I think the backup would have to be a virtual concert. I don't know. We started this group on Facebook to adopt seniors, which are 17 and 18. So maybe we can use that platform to get them to share what we got going on to register to vote.
Excellent. I think that's necessary, making sure that we keep that going. Something that we are taking away from this project, working with ULF for this 2020 Fellows Project. What are we taking away, our voice, our vote?
I can speak on that. I think the most important thing is that, our children is the future. Yeah. So really educating them in terms of letting them know that voting is cool. So we do it in terms of lining out like a concert and or singing and things of that nature to let them know, hey, we want to rock the vote, but in order for you to do this, you got to vote and stuff like that. I think previously voting hasn't been looked at as being cool, especially with kids. And this is another way to it's twofold. We're promoting voting and then we're also celebrating our youth because they're our future and they're going to hold us accountable for that. So
that's huge. And I want to say thank you for making sure you take care of our community and take care of our youth. Congratulations again to ULF, your voice, your vote. Congratulations on your winnings. Good job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I want to thank you guys again, Dr. Ryan Ross. Any final words for your fellow 2020 projectors, any final words for them? I think they all did a phenomenal job, but anything you would like to say to them?
You know, we just want to say as an organization that we look forward to supporting the community and we look forward to giving back. Yeah. And just want to say publicly that this is a tremendous group of leaders, that all of the alumni who've come before them should be very proud to know that the legacy and the tradition of excellence that has been created is in very great hands. And we've got some individuals in this group who you will see in some really big ways in the future. There are some future elected officials here. There are some future Fortune 50 CEOs here, and there's some really innovative and creative people. And then, as always, I just want to say thank you to our alumni. Our alumni is the lifeblood of this organization. Yes. It's a tremendous opportunity to be able to serve in this capacity and to work for such a group of talented, amazing people. There are about 368 folks in this organization, and just want to say thank you to all of them because they're the reason why this work exists. And our community is in good hands with leaders like this. So thank you guys. And Brother Jeff and Shay, thank you for what you do, the platform that you provide, and making sure that our community has the information that it needs to thrive. And I'm a proud patron. Yes. We're
clapping for you.
We'll be doing an extra patron donation because I've been super impressed with the way this information hasn't stopped despite COVID. You guys have figured it out, not only how to keep the information coming, but also role model the importance of staying at home and doing social distancing, but not disconnecting. So thank you very much. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you. One more time, Dr. Ryan Ross, I have a lot of people reaching out. Can you tell us what the ULF contact number is? There are people that want to get in contact. They're saying they want to be a part of this group and they want to get in contact.
Yeah, shoot us an email at info@ulfcolorado.org. or give us a call at 303-558-1050. I think that's right. Jasmine, is that right?
I was like, wait, what?
But yes, 303-558-1050. Give us a call. And always, social media is probably the fastest. ULF Colorado on Instagram and Facebook. Reach out to us. We are happy to engage. And also, we have a monthly newsletter that comes out. We'd love to have you on our listserv to share that information with you as well.
And that refresher is taking place at noon daily, correct?
12:15 to 12:45.
Okay. I think you really need to tap into that.
Something great.
There we go. He's making sure you get this refresher. It's free, so you have no reason. We know we all get sluggish during the day. We know, especially if you don't have a strict morning routine, you need something that helps you get going and really stimulates your mind and your body. Make sure you guys tap into ULF refreshers, 12:15, and it's free, so you have no excuse. Again, thank you, Ryan, for all that you're doing in this community. We're always impressed with your projects, with your leadership, and with the leaders that you continue to develop right here in the Mile High City. Thank you, ULF. Everybody that joined in on the conversation, I want to thank you guys for joining in. We appreciate you right here at the Free Think Zone. It's your girl, Shay J. I hope you joined us. If not, share this out to someone. They need to see this dynamic group right here in the Mile High City, the ULFC Community Service Project announcement. Once again, congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you to everyone who participated, and congratulations to our 2 winners. What a phenomenal job you have done.
You want to give a recap once again on those great
the winners? I absolutely will. Recap winners. If you're just tuning in, there were some amazing winners. Our 5K, first annual ULF 5K walk for mental health, addressing mental health right here. And we know that that's a big one in our community. We have to address mental health. And this is the way to do it with the ULF 5K run walk for mental health awareness. Our second winner is Rocking the Vote. Your voice, your vote. The ULF, your voice, your vote. Making sure we get registered, especially our young ones at the age of 17. Getting them registered to vote because we know November is a huge vote. And those of you at home, make sure you're ready to vote. Make sure you are engaging in the vote because November we have to defeat. Well, you guys know who he is, the Trump. Thank you again, ULF. Continue to do this great work. Thank you, Dr. Ryan Ross, and thank you all that joined us today. We appreciate you.
What a wonderful, wonderful organization. They put it down.
They put it down. They do the work.
They do the
real work. They do the real work. I love it. Leaders building leaders. Shout out to our girl Such. Make sure you guys stay safe, stay quarantined, stay home, wear your mask, wear your gloves. Together we can beat the coronavirus. It's your girl Shay J signing off.
And if you go down
swinging, you might score a knockout. Rumble on community